Have you ever felt like you don't quite belong in this world? As if your soul was born for something more, something not everyone can understand. It's no accident that you're here. It's no coincidence that you found this video. If your heart beats a little faster hearing this, pay attention. You might be about to discover something that will change the way you see life. Not everyone is chosen. Some go through existence without ever awakening to the truth burning inside them. But if you felt different, if the noise of the world hasn't been able to silence the quiet voice of your spirit, then perhaps you're one of the few who are called, not by merit, but by purpose. This message isn't for everyone. In fact, some will leave before the second minute. But if something inside you refuses to look away, if your soul stirs and your senses sharpen, it's because there's something you need to hear. There are spiritual gifts that aren't taught, that can't be imitated, gifts that mark the chosen ones. Sacred signs the universe places in certain souls to guide them on a mission that transcends logic and ego. If you felt that your path is full of invisible signs, inexplicable tests, and truths only you can perceive, this video is for you. Throughout this video, we'll reveal the 7 spiritual gifts only the chosen possess. Gifts you may not always recognize at first, but that have been with you from the beginning. We begin with the gift of awareness, a spiritual ability to see beyond the obvious. It's not about observing with physical eyes, but perceiving with the soul. Those who carry this gift don't see things as they seem, but as they truly are. It's a sensitivity that manifests early in life, even before it's fully understood. A deep perception that goes beyond the senses, turning the one who possesses it into a silent witness of the invisible world. If you've ever walked into a place and felt something strange without knowing why, if you sense hidden emotions or disguised intentions, then this gift already lives within you. The universe has tuned you into the subtlest frequencies, the ones most people ignore. You can feel the atmosphere, read between the lines, detect a person's energy before they even speak. This isn't ordinary intuition, it's awakened awareness. And though it may sound like a superpower, you've often felt it as a burden. Because not being able to disconnect from what you perceive can be exhausting. You might absorb others' emotions, feel invaded by negative energies, or simply drained without knowing why. That's a part of the gift few understand. The sensitivity is so high that you must learn to protect yourself so you don't lose connection with who you truly are. Over time, you discover that your mere presence can transform your surroundings. You can bring calm amidst chaos, align the energy of a place just by entering it, or shift the vibration of conversation just by your attitude. You don't need to do much. Your awareness is already doing its work. You don't just perceive, you also influence. And there lies one of this gift's greatest strengths, but also one of its greatest responsibilities. Because when you can see more, you can't pretend to be blind. When you detect falsehood, pain, or danger, you're called to act, to walk away, to protect yourself, to protect others. Ignoring what you feel doesn't just disorient you. It pulls you away from the purpose for which this gift was given to you. Awareness also makes you deeply empathetic. You can carry emotions that aren't yours, feel anguish you can't explain. That's why it's so important to learn to distinguish between what you feel and what you're absorbing from your surroundings. Balance, grounding, and energetic cleansing are part of the path for those who carry this gift. And as you learn to use it, it becomes your greatest guide, a spiritual compass leading you to people, places, and decisions aligned with your mission. You begin to walk with greater clarity, knowing that everything you perceive has a purpose. Because when you live from awareness, the world stops being a chaotic place and becomes a sacred map full of signs. This gift doesn't need recognition. It doesn't seek validation. It doesn't demand attention. It simply exists within you as a force that observes, that feels, that guides. It doesn't make noise, but it transforms. It doesn't impose, but illuminates. And if you recognize it deep within yourself, it's because it's been with you all along, waiting for you to embrace it, waiting for you to remember. There's also a deeply transformative gift that only certain souls carry within them, the gift of healing. This isn't just about relieving physical pain or soothing a fleeting emotion. It goes much deeper. It's the ability to transform energy, to elevate the vibration of a place or a person simply through your presence. Not everyone understands this silent force, but when you walk into a room, something shifts. The atmosphere softens, tension dissolves, and often you don't even know how you do it. It just happens. People are drawn to you when they're going through tough times. They seek you out to talk, to unburden themselves, or just to be near you. And without realizing it, you become a refuge, not because you have all the answers, but because your energy acts as medicine. You are an open channel between the divine and the human, a bridge between pain and peace. This gift can manifest in many ways. Some channel it through art, others through physical touch, words, deep listening, or silent service. The medium doesn't matter. What matters is that the energy you transmit has the power to awaken healing in those around you. And often, you don't even realize the impact you have. Someone might feel better just by being near you, without you saying a single word. But with this gift also comes a burden. Because feeling so much, absorbing so much, and being available for so many can be overwhelming. You might end up exhausted without understanding why. You might feel invaded by emotions that aren't yours. This happens because your energy field is always active, in constant exchange with your surroundings. That's why it's vital for you to learn how to protect your energy, not out of selfishness, but out of wisdom. You need moments of silence, solitude, connection with nature, and practices that help you cleanse and return to your center. You're not here to carry the world's pain, but to remind others that they, too, can free themselves from theirs. What's beautiful about this gift is that you don't just offer to others, you also carry it within yourself. Your soul has a special ability to regenerate. You can fall and rise again and again, learning from every wound, growing through every loss. You're not invincible, but your healing process is deeper, more conscious, and faster than most. Because you're directly connected to the source that heals all things, divine love. And even when you feel like you're not doing enough, you must remember this: your mere presence is already healing. Healing doesn't always mean intervening. Sometimes, the greatest act of healing is to accompany without trying to fix, to hold space without invading, to simply be without controlling. Your energy, when aligned with love, is an invisible bomb that transforms without making a sound. Later on your path, you'll feel the call to develop this gift more clearly. You might be drawn to energy healing techniques, holistic therapies, or spiritual tools. Or you might continue healing in the purest way possible, through the way you look at others, the way you listen, the way you love. Because in the end, this gift isn't yours. It's the universe working through you. You are an instrument of something far greater. And every time someone feels better after being near you, that's a clearer sign you're fulfilling your purpose. Another powerful gift carried by the chosen is the gift of spiritual discernment, a rare ability that goes beyond mere perception. This gift allows you to see through appearances, filter out falsehood, and identify what isn't aligned with truth, even when everything seems fine on the surface. This isn't about distrust or paranoia. It's an inner vision that detects what the eyes can't see, the real energy behind words, the hidden intention behind actions, the naked truth behind the mask. This discernment doesn't come from judgment or criticism, but from a sensitivity refined by the soul. While others get swept up by facades and superficialities, you feel when something doesn't resonate with authenticity. You've been in places where everything seemed right, yet something inside screamed at you to leave. You met people who seemed kind, but a quiet voice warned you they weren't what they appeared to be. That's your inner compass showing you what lies beyond form. The world is full of illusions, of pretty words masking manipulation, of paths that seem sacred but lead astray, of dazzling lights that don't truly illuminate. That's why this gift is so crucial, because it protects you. It keeps you anchored in your purpose. It helps you recognize when a teaching doesn't come from the light, when a relationship isn't healthy, when a place isn't meant for you, even if everyone else says otherwise. This gift can also be uncomfortable, because often you'll see what others refuse to see. You'll perceive truths no one has spoken. yet you'll know them with absolute certainty, and that can leave you feeling alone, misunderstood, even judged. But you're not wrong. That deep vision is part of your mission, because when you see the truth, you can act with clarity. You can choose with wisdom. You can help others break free from confusion. Spiritual discernment isn't just about people or situations. It also activates around ideas, doctrines, and beliefs. As one of the chosen, you aren't easily swept up by spiritual trends or half-truths disguised as wisdom. Something in you knows when a message is tainted by ego, ambition, or emotional manipulation. And you also recognize when a teaching carries real truth, even if it isn't popular or marketable. Sometimes, this gift will urge you to step back, to stay silent, to observe from a distance, because your soul understands that not everything that glitters is light. And though it may seem like detachment, it's actually protection. It's wisdom in motion. It's your spirit's voice guiding you away from what doesn't nourish your path. With time, you'll learn to wield this gift without shutting out the world. You'll learn to see without judging, to perceive without absorbing, to understand without confrontation. Because discernment isn't a weapon to wound, it's a tool to protect and guide. When embraced with humility, this gift becomes one of your greatest allies. It shows you when to move forward, when to pause, when to trust, and when to let go. And the most beautiful part, it doesn't just safeguard you, it also lets you become a guide for others. Among the most mysterious gifts a chosen soul can carry is the gift of prophecy, a spiritual ability few understand, one that reveals itself subtly, intimately, almost secretly. This isn't about predicting the future like in movies or books. It's not theatrical visions or mystical performances. It's something far deeper, a direct connection to the invisible thread of time, a spiritual opening that lets you sense what hasn't yet happened, as if the future whispers to you. Those who carry this gift often discover it young, with no way to explain it. You may have had dreams that came true, thoughts that foreshadowed events, or gut feelings that prove real. Sometimes, you just know, you feel something will happen, and it does. You sense it, then watch it unfold. You can't explain it, it just is. While others need proof to believe, you receive messages without evidence. Time, for you, isn't a straight line. The future hints itself in visions, sensations, emotions that rise from nowhere and shake you. This gift doesn't always flow steadily. Sometimes it's intermittent, unpredictable, even disorienting. But when it speaks, its message is clear. It's as if the universe whispers a warning, a nudge, or a revelation you need in that exact moment. Some chosen ones receive these messages in vivid dreams, recurring symbols, or moments of stillness where intuition becomes words. Others experience an inner sight, not with their eyes, but with their soul. And though the visions aren't always literal, there's an unshakable certainty behind each one. You're seeing beyond the now. You're touching what doesn't yet exist, but already vibrates in the spiritual realm. When cultivated with humility and awareness, this gift becomes a powerful compass. It prepares you, redirects your path, helps you avoid traps, or even guides others when darkness closes in. But it can also be a burden, because carrying visions others don't understand isn't easy. You might see what you can't explain, know what you can't prove, warn someone who won't listen. That's why this gift demands wisdom. Not every revelation is meant to be shared. Not every vision is for others. Sometimes the message is just for you, for your growth, for your spiritual strength. And though you may feel alone in what you see, remember, you weren't chosen to please others, but to fulfill a mission. The universe trusts you. That's why it shows you what others can't see. With time, you'll learn to distinguish true visions from mental projections. You'll decipher symbols, trust your sensitivity, and understand that the gift of prophecy isn't meant to instill fear, but to awaken awareness. It's a tool of light, and its highest purpose isn't to predict the future, but to align the present with divine truth. And though the weight may feel heavy at times, you'll never be alone. Every message you receive, every vision that appears, every certainty that arises without reason is proof that you're connected to something greater. something that guides you, something that walks with you. The gift of spiritual channeling. There is a spiritual ability that cannot be taught or learned from books. It reveals itself in moments of deep silence, interconnection, and total surrender. It is the gift of spiritual channeling, and those who carry it become living bridges between the human and the divine. This gift allows ideas, words, messages, or even creative works to flow through you, not from your logical mind, but from a higher source. It's as if, in certain moments, the universe speaks through your mouth, writes with your hands, expresses itself through your art, or simply fills your being with wisdom you didn't know you possessed. Perhaps you experienced it. You're talking to someone, and suddenly you say something you'd never thought of before, yet it strikes right at their heart. Or you begin writing, and the words pour out as if dictated by an unseen force. Or you feel an inner guidance compelling you to act, create, or express something without knowing exactly where that clarity comes from. That is channeling. That is being a vessel for the divine. This gift doesn't always manifest dramatically. In fact, it's often subtle, intimate, silent. It's not about external spirits or flashy rituals. It's about pure connection with universal intelligence, with God, with Source, whatever name you give it. Your soul aligns, and in that state of openness, you receive. And what you receive is often not for you, but for the world. Those chosen to carry this gift tend to be sensitive, deep, introspective souls. They experience sudden bursts of inspiration, effortless understanding, and creativity that seems to come from another plane. But with this gift also comes great responsibility, because not everything you receive is meant to be shared immediately. Sometimes, the message must mature within you. Other times, it's guidance just for your own path. Learning when to speak and when to remain silent is a crucial part of this gift. You may also notice that certain experiences, being in nature, listening to music, creating art, or feeling deep love, activate this channeling state. These moments open you, and in that openness, the flow is purest. It's as if the universe seizes these opportunities to whisper its secrets to you. But this gift isn't without challenges. There may be confusion, doubts about whether what you're receiving is real or imagined, fear of being misunderstood, the sense that you're not ready to share what you know. And that's okay. It's natural, because channeling isn't about imposing. It's about serving. And to serve from the soul, you need humility, connection, and discernment. As you progress on your spiritual path, this gift will refine itself. You'll notice ideas flowing more frequently, ideas that transform, words that heal, messages that touch hearts. And you won't need to force it. When you're aligned, everything flows. When you're present, everything is revealed. This gift isn't meant to inflate your ego. It's meant to elevate your spirit and the spirits of others. The gift of energetic sensitivity and spiritual protection. There's a spiritual ability that acts as a shield, a radar, and a guide, the gift of energetic sensitivity and spiritual protection. This isn't something you choose. It's something you feel, a perception beyond the physical senses, one that alerts you when something is out of harmony, discomfort where others notice nothing. Those with this gift have extreme sensitivity to environmental energies. They may feel drained after being in crowded places, experience unexplained pains around certain people, or feel sudden anxiety for no apparent reason, because they're actually picking up on foreign energies or subtle spiritual influences. This is not imagination. This is not weakness. It's an inner antenna, awakened and fine-tuned by the soul's experience. This gift activates most strongly in spiritually dense environments or around people who consciously or unconsciously manipulate, absorb, or project negative energy. Even if you can't see it, your soul perceives it. You feel it in your body, your stomach, your skin, the air itself. For a long time, you may have believed you were too sensitive, overly emotional, or that things affected you more than others. But in time, you realize that what seemed like fragility was actually a form of spiritual defense. Your energy body is on high alert because your soul is on a mission, and it needs protection to fulfill its purpose. The universe gave you this ability not just to guard yourself, but to recognize the terrain you walk on. Because not all paths are pure. Not all people are who they claim to be. Not all spiritual messages come from the light. And with this sensitivity, you can discern with clarity what is divine and what is merely a trap disguised as truth. This gift also lets you detect subtle attacks, envy, dark thoughts directed at you, energetic manipulations, or even unseen connections that drain you. You don't need to see it to know it. Your spirit senses it. And though at first you may not understand why you feel uneasy around someone, you'll soon learn that discomfort is a sacred signal. The key is not to ignore it, because if you dismiss these signs, emotional and physical exhaustion will be inevitable. The final gift, deep compassion and awakening consciousness. Now we come to the last gift, one of the most sacred an awakened soul can carry, the gift of deep compassion and consciousness awakening. A blessing that allows you to see beyond judgment, beyond mistakes, beyond appearances. Those who possess this gift don't see people for what they do, but for what they could become if they remember who they truly are. This gift is born from the heart, a heart that has been wounded, that has walked through darkness, that has known pain, and instead of hardening, chose to transform into light. And if you carry this gift, you know it, you feel it, you live it every time someone shares their wound with you, and you listen without judgment. Every time you forgive without being asked. Every time, instead of reacting with anger, you choose understanding. This kind of compassion is not weakness. It is pure power, the power to touch a soul without words, to transform with a single glance, to awaken with a silent act of love. Your presence lifts others, inspires, stirs something deep within them, because there's something in you that reminds them of who they truly are, even when they've forgotten. And often, you don't even realize the impact you've made, but you see it in their eyes, in the emotion they can't explain, in the gratitude that spills from them without knowing why. This gift also connects you to collective pain. You feel what others feel. You weep for experiences you've never lived, but your soul remembers injustice, disconnection, the world's hatred. They ache inside you, not because you're weak, but because you're awake, because your soul is woven into the souls of others. And what happens to one happens to you, too. But like all sacred gifts, this one must be tended to with care, because compassion, if misdirected, can become a burden. You might try to save everyone, forgetting yourself. You might give so much that you end up empty. That's why the great lesson of this gift is balance. To love without losing yourself, to help without absorbing, to guide without imposing, and to understand that not everyone is ready to awaken, and that, too, is okay. Now that you walked this path, that you felt each of these gifts resonate in the depths of your soul, there's something you must know. Nothing about you is an accident. Every sensitivity you carry like a weight, every truth you perceive in silence, every time you felt different, isolated, misunderstood, it all had a purpose. The gifts within you are not privileges. They are calls to action, keys that unlock invisible doors to your true mission. Maybe you don't yet know how to fully wield them. Maybe there are days you feel lost. But if something inside you stirred during this journey, then you already know. You are one of the chosen. And that doesn't mean your life will be easy. It means your path will be sacred. It means even in your darkest nights, the universe will never let you go. Because within you burns a fragment of light that cannot be extinguished, not even when the whole world seems to crumble. You are not alone. There are others like you, quiet, deep, watching, feeling, awakening. And though many still sleep, your eyes are already open. The world needs your light, not when you're ready, but now, not when you understand everything, but the moment you say yes to who you already are. And if you've made it this far, you've already begun. Keep walking, keep remembering, keep awakening. If this message spoke directly to your soul, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another sign from the universe. Like this video, share with other chosen souls, and tell me in the comments, which of these gifts do you recognize in yourself? See you in the next video.